Hello and welcome to Game of Box Office. Today we will take a look at the box office run of Star Trek. Let's start off with some statistics. Star Trek was released on May 8th, 2009 in 3,849 cinemas and ran a total of 147 days until the last performance on October 1st, 2009. The film was produced by Paramount with a budget of $150 million and received a PG-13 rating. The film opened to $75.2 million and finished its run at $257.7 million in the USA and Canada. In addition, Star Trek made $127.9 million in the rest of the world, resulting in a combined total of $385.6 million worldwide. Star Trek was a totally dead franchise back in 2009. From 1996 to 2002, all three Star Trek releases grossed less and less, with Star Trek Nemesis in 2002 only grossing $67 million worldwide. Studios declared the movie franchise dead for a lot of years, but then J.J.Abrams came and was hired to get the job done of reviving the franchise, and it's unquestionable that he did. The movie received rave reviews and audiences loved the new version of J.J. Abrams. It opened to $75.2 million in its first 3 days. With that, it overtook every single other Star Trek opening, even when you adjust the old grosses for inflation. It also set a new IMAX weekend record gross. The old record owner before Star Trek was The Dark Knight. There were a few voices who said after the first weekend that the movie will be front-loaded and that it will fall fast from its glory opening, but that did not happen at all. The movie held incredibly well, with multiple drops in the 30 to 40% range. There is just one weekend where the drop exceeded 50%, and the weekend where that happened was the 9th. The 147 days the movie spent in release is also another sign of how good the movie performed over the long distance, and the final multiplier of 3.42 saw nearly nobody coming when the movie opened. And don't think that the competition for Star Trek was just not there. The competition was simply brutal for it. Right one weekend before Star Trek started its run, X-Men Origins Wolverine opened. Just 1 week after the opening weekend of Star Trek had to face off against Angels and Demons, and after that against Night at the Museum, Up, and the long run champion Hangover. Maybe a few of those movies are not catching the same audience, but to be that incredible over the long run with such a long list of high-grossing movies to stand against is an amazing feat. Some might say that the overseas gross of just 127 million is a bit disappointing for Star Trek, but we are talking about a franchise here that is by far the most known in the US and mostly unknown in overseas regions, so it's not strange that the movie has a 66.8 to 33.2% splitting of domestic and overseas. So what can we say in conclusion about Star Trek from J.J. Abrams? The movie promised a lot and accomplished even more. The opening weekend is out of this world for the Star Trek franchise, and the great performance over the long run is a thing that most franchise movies cannot achieve at all. The movie managed to overcome the negative shadow of its predecessors and introduced a new, more stylish vision of the Star Trek universe to the fans and normal audiences alike. It did for the Star Trek franchise exactly what Casino Royale and Batman Begins did for the Bond franchise and the Batman franchise. Without stepping on the shoes of the old installments of the series, it managed to pull off a great comeback. The only thing you could argue with to be a not so good factor in the run of Star Trek is the overseas gross, but honestly even this number is for the Star Trek franchise kind of a success. All in all, the movie did a very good job at the box office, so we judged it with the grade A-. Our upcoming video will be an analysis about Django, or a prediction about Captain America Civil War, or a prediction about Star Wars Rogue One. We hope you enjoyed this analysis. Be sure to hit a like and subscribe to our channel. You can also support us on the social networks listed below. See you soon. Bye bye.